I'm Aimee, and I'm the Executive Director for the state chapter of the American Academy of Pediatrics. And I have the pleasure of introducing Dr. Flo, who, among many, many other things, is the Vice President of our chapter. And he is a pleasure to work with and certainly an extremely brilliant man. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to introduce him and tell you a few things about him that he may not even know. We adoringly call him Dennis Insane Flo. He's a blah, blah, blah associate professor of pediatrics. If you need his credentials, he's got a CV that is bigger than an encyclopedia. Of course, he's a pediatrician, he's a researcher, an athlete, a musician. He has a green finger. Don't look too closely. He's kind of self-conscious about it. He is also, adoringly, a QI menace. Dennis the QI menace. You didn't know we called you that. If you aren't sold on his intellect and IQ yet, I just wanted to go through. He's a graduate of Williams College, where he got his undergraduate degree. He got his medical degree from the University of Pennsylvania and his NHS at Johns Hopkins. So he has certainly checked the academic boxes. Of course, he has published numerous articles that have been in many, many publications nationally. He also wrote a book, of which I cannot say the title of the next. So it was a short 20 years ago, but do you think that you can tell us the name of your book?
No, not at this point.
Inactivation of the
SOS
repressor.
Wow.
It's a hot-selling item, low inventory on Amazon, so if you want to order it, get a signed copy, I would do it sooner rather than
Aimee,
later.
personally, I just couldn't put it down.
I know it.
Couldn't put it down.
I know it. So in addition to many of his other research projects, I took a fond liking to this particular project where he and his family wanted to see which of their family members had the genetic characteristic of being able to roll their tongue. So here they are on Facebook. 4 out of the 5 of them have the ability to roll their tongue. They had asked their other family members to try it and report back and provide selfies. In addition to just this piece of research, they were also looking at attached versus unattached earlobes. So, Dr. Flo, we wonder when he sleeps and how he gets all of the things done in a day that he does. This, you will see him pictured with his assistant, Gwen, who is by his side when he's at home. You can see where he reads his publications, how he works on his grants, and when he takes a break, Gwen is there to protect his documents. This is what we call dedication. He's on call 24/7 and is the epitome of access to care. So Dr. Flo has a few hobbies, one of which goes to the green thumb. He has a garden in his backyard, and he and his family have implemented kind of a garden to table mentality for their food. I had the pleasure of getting a first-hand critique of one of these meals by somebody that has a very critical and discerning culinary palate. Happens to be my 14-year-old daughter. I picked her up from the close one night, and he said, "I had the best dinner." Okay, what did you have? Cabbage soup cooked in a clay pot. I said, maybe I need to get a clay pot, because at our house, we're eating chicken tenders and baked french fries. He also, like I said, enjoys playing a variety of sports, skiing. He and his family go often. He's also a cyclist. You will see him cycling down the street with his backpack on his way to work, which I'm so pleased to say his cycling career was not compromised by an injury that he sustained about 12, 18 months ago when he sprained his ankle in a fierce game of kickball. He's also a musician and extremely talented. His entire family is talented. So I have had the pleasure of hearing him play the piano at church. I have also had the pleasure of a surprise performance in the stairwell of Pulaski Heights Middle School during 6th grade orientation when my daughter and I were trying to locate all of her classes, and we hear this a cappella rendition of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I looked at her and said, "What in the world?" Turned around, and there were the globes. I said, "Of course." So I certainly don't expect you to take my impression of how wonderful I think Dr. Clow is. So I also wanted to tell you that his adorable wife gives him the seal of approval and his rave reviews for his talents. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Dennis the QI Minute Insane Quota. I love my job.
That was
It's horrifying.
mortifying.
Mortifying.